And through or using Photoshop and other um, graphic design software, you can mix the colors. And as you see, the the concept of the gradient is to start with one color and change in the middle and finalize with a different color to give this visual effects. There's also here in the class W3 schools um, the study of gradient background. Um, there are two kinds. One is linear gradient. It goes down, up, left, right, and diagonally. Um, the diagonally, well, 45 degrees, and this can be also translated into degrees. 0 degrees, 90 degrees, and the left will be minus minus 90 and and 180. Well, I don't think I have those angles correct, but we'll see as I go through the time in this presentation. One of the things that I found challenging when I was studying this, and I have to have a disclaimer, I'm one of those who knows little to nothing about, in this case, CS3. I never knew there was a CS1 or CS2, and boom, CS3. And well, again, one of the challenges is that there's in this language there's many teachers. We got Google teaching one way, we got Internet Explorer teaching the other way, and Firefox, and Safari, thank you, and Opera. So there are operating system operating, something like that. OS, I think they call it. And so if one of us uh, introduce a gradient using the CSS3 may not show in one of the um, different devices, right? In this case, as you can study this table, we are lucky because as you can go through it, seems like as long as we take them into consideration, what I mean for that is that they speak a different language for the CSS gradient. I'll show you in my next click here. Here we have. So this is the way the browsers or the operating systems, you know more than I do exactly what is the correct name, but in order for us as designers and developers to show the gradient in Safari, Opera, Firefox, and others, we have to present this code, which is different in these four. I love the last one because it's more natural. I want a linear gradient. I write linear gradient, and it's natural. But if I'm in Firefox, which right now I am, I have to introduce this prefix. Otherwise, I will never see my work. And if I'm in Opera, then I put this. And if I'm in Safari, I have to put this. So what the lesson suggests is to put the four of them. And just to make sure that everybody gets the effects of the linear gradient, the same as the radial gradient, which is the second second style, or the second type of gradient that we have access to through CSS3. So linear, that moves up and down, left to right, and radial, that moves, the colors moves from the center to the outer of a circle, imaginary circle. So that's how the direction. So there's two directions on this subject of gradients. Let's see. Here's a sample, and as we can see, the I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can make some changes here so we can see the effects live. Let's say this is a yellow. No, yellow is there already. This is a light blue, and this one is white, and this one is gray. So when we run it, nope. So let's see if it's I'm using the wrong. Or maybe I have to change them all. Oh no, the last one worked for me, the standard syntax. So I thought it was gonna be the Firefox, but maybe it's because of the version. It says it's all specific from 3.6 to 15. I don't know which one I have. So, well, I'm lucky. It's working with the one I was talking. I was telling you it is my favorite. So here we see the natural way or the default, let's say, the default way for the movement of the colors. We'll start with a light blue, which is the first one I typed, and it will start from the top, and then it start going down until the last one. So we can see light blue, the white, and then the gray, and making this gradient. How can we use this in our job? This is an example. Let me restart it there. This is one of the things that we can see jobs from somebody else that produce this. So there's just to have an idea what can we do with this. The radial gradient, as I said before, starts from the center and it goes outwards. Here are the examples for the 4, and they even take into consideration that there are some browsers that just simply do not support the gradient. So sorry for them. I hope I'm not one of them. So we can also change the colors like we did in the other. And let's see, blue. Oh no, it's in the try. Okay. Yeah, I got it right there. Sorry. Okay, and we got to the last one, which is the standard. Now this one is, yeah, I can do that. Turn it, and boom. We have the light blue in the center, and then as rays going outwards, the white, and then the gray. Other application, which I love to see it happening, is this button. And when we go on top of it, it changes. There's an action there, so we know that we are in the correct spot for clicking. So this, I guess, we're gonna see in another lesson, but it's a great application of the gradients. In this case, which gradient will be? The linear. It's moving from, in one case, from left to right, and when I go from right to left. Well, thank you very much. And there's a place called CSS3 where it's a CSS tool for web designers, and it helps you create more designs on gradients. Thank you.